All right, my babies, let's move forward. This reading is going to be intense. Okay, tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. Let's talk about this Queen of Pentacles over here. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, the Tower. Oh, I love it. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. Judgment. Look. With the Three of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Three of Swords. So this spiritual warfare that's being seen, felt right now, it's going to require feminine energy to really, it's going to take a balance though. Of, again, masculine and feminine. You can't be fully in your feminine or fully in your masculine. You have to be really careful about being balanced and knowing when to exert which one. Because you're going to have to step into your masculine when you're calling out the feminines who are not in their good energy. And I say good as in healed, right? Because nobody's good or bad. But if somebody's on unhealed time, they behave in a very different way. You're going to have to be looking at the structure. So if you consider yourself a divine feminine, I strongly suggest that you get familiar with toxic femininity and how to address it. When women do the whole pick me thing, when, women themselves manipulate, gaslight, bully other women. Because at the core of feminism is the fact that we respect and honor all women. So you don't have to be ugly. But it's the time. Three of Pentacles with the God of War, the Tower, and Judgment. Pluto, the God of Transformation. Scorpio energy. Aries energy. So it's time to go to war with people who try and act like, look at this. This is the dark side of the Queen of Pentacles, right? And yet it talks about making one wise and teaching everything. Can turn any metal into gold, transmutes water into wine. So water into wine makes me think of religious things, first of all. Second of all, it's that whole, can turn metal into gold. You can change. Women who talk about, oh, we should change men. No, men don't change because you want them to change. Or masculine energy doesn't change because you want it to change. Masculine energy changes when they want to change. So you can inspire a man to heal. You cannot force a man to heal, or a woman for that matter. So these women who are out here doing the most fuck shit, talking about, you'll know, because it's the women who talk about other women. They talk down on women who are fat. They talk down on women who use makeup. They talk down on women who use eyelashes. They talk down on women who use nails. They'll talk down on women who get abortions. They'll talk down on women who, don't have babies, or they'll talk down on women who they think are too masculine. Whatever it is, any woman talking down another woman, check her. Immediately check her ass. It's better to get blocked than to be silent, because it's war. It's war. It's wartime. You cannot stay silent during wartime. Call judgment on these people. Shake up their foundation. But come at them with logic. Come at them with Pluto energy. Come at them with information that's going to help them transform. Don't just tell them you're stupid. Don't do that. Don't do that. For example, if somebody starts, and I do this, I have friends who, well, not recently, but let's say I came across a friend who posted something like, oh, women just like hating on other women and, bullshit like that. I'll immediately get into the comments and be like, okay, so I can attest that I used to be one of those women that would, talk down on others. Unfortunately, I can't deny that I wasn't. But that was because I hadn't healed my own feminine energy. And so I looked at other feminine energy like competition. I looked at other feminine energy like a threat. So I will expose my own wounds, letting them know, hey, look, we've all been there. It's okay. But that being said, there's no reason why, as a woman, you should be talking down on another woman. If she's not doing something you don't like, you address her personally, directly. Don't be talking about her behind her back. Call them out with things that help build a better foundation, okay? Tell me about the world. Queen of Cups. Oof. Tell me about the world. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I knew it. I knew it. Four of Swords. Death. Yes. With the Ten of Wands. Look. Let's look at the world. What the World card says first. It says, if I can pick it up. It says, makes one skilled in labor and crafts, increases knowledge of philosophy and science. And the reason I'm pointing this out is because we're talking about who we're going against, who we're dealing with in spiritual warfare. And we get the Queen of Cups, one of the softest queens, but if she wants to be, one of the most manipulative queens. And it's showing up clarifying this with the Ace of Pentacles. So you're going to be tested. Your own healing is going to be tested. Just how far have you transformed? How many burdens or how many hang-ups do you still carry with you regarding your feminine or your masculine energy? Because here's the thing. Manipulation is going to be the name of the game, the strongest name of the game. Why? Because these toxic feminines are going to address the divine feminines like they have more knowledge, like they're smarter, but they're going to come across very manipulative. So, for example, let's say you're talking about rape culture. These are the women that are going to start talking about, well, maybe you shouldn't dress that way. Maybe you should not go out drinking. Well, do you have a history of a sexual, openness? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to talk about the science behind why they are this way, when you're going to talk about the healing that's required. So, for example, something that I find interesting is that psychology is still seen as a pseudoscience. Why? Because science only believes in things that it can taste, touch, fuck, or whatever. It wants something tangible. And the mind is not a tangible thing. Now we're making such advances that you can plug, or not plug, but attach all these little things to someone's head and you can see their brain waves, but you can't predict a lot of what happens in the mind. So they consider psychology a pseudoscience for the most part. That's the type of women you're going to come across. Women who only look at statistics when it's something convenient to them. For example, with the bear versus man argument, I've been leading people to really think about the difference, right? Why the threat is larger for a woman with a man. A bear won't rape her. A man most likely can. One out of every 7 women has dealt with sexual assault on some level. For men, it's 1 in every 70. I'm not saying men don't experience it, but men don't factor that into consideration when they're talking about that debate. And these type of women don't factor that into their consideration either. So when I'm talking to them about statistics, they'll bring out other statistics that are stupid. Like one person, and yes, it was a white man, told me that the bear versus man debate was basically talking about black men versus a bear. And I'm like, excuse me? And he was like, well, statistically, black men are more dangerous. I was so fucking floored. Because I'm looking at him like, did you just make this about race? You moron. I'm the type that when I get so angry, I can't talk. So I was like stupefied for a minute because I was like, how dare you? Those statistics are very skewed. The statistics about who's the most dangerous type of man is skewed, heavily skewed, because police officers are taught to fear people of color. They are taught to more automatically arrest people of color. White people I'm being serious. If you don't think that this is a problem, then that means this is part of your work. White people will get away with a lot of things, and I'm one of them. I'm not even white. I'm Mexican, but I'm light-skinned enough that white people don't feel a threat from me. So I get away with a lot of stuff, and I'm going to address this because I think that this is all part of the conversation. My sister, who we have almost like the exact same voice, but we're very different people, and she has like honey-colored skin and brown hair, whereas I'm like more dark brown hair and pale vampire skin when I don't see the sun. I'm not that light. Anyways, if I get pulled over by a police officer, like let's say one time I was driving her car, the headlight was out and it was out for a while. I got pulled over 3 times. Not once did I get a ticket. Every time I was let go with a warning, like, okay, we'll get that fixed, yada, yada. My sister got 4 tickets in 1 week. Same car, but she's darker, slightly. She's just honey color. She's not even that dark. And she got 4 tickets because somehow police officers assume the more darker you are, the more of a threat you are. Your value decreases in their eyes. So those statistics are very skewed. And if you don't understand that, that's part of your healing, boo-boo. Go address that. Go look into that. Go educate yourself so that these people cannot use their education to skew reality. Okay? Because that's what you're going to be facing. So if you have any type of racism, any type of feminine wound, masculine wound, now is the time to address it because it's about to get real, guys. Let's see. Tell me about the 6 of Swords. Ten of Swords, Page of Swords. With the 6 of Wands, 7 of Cups, 8 of Swords. Yeah. We're really going to have to work on dealing with insecurities because, okay. The reason that fame showed up over here as one of the things that you're going to get is because if you are a divine feminine, you're here to set an example to the people that need healing. You're here to help others see. Nobody's perfect. We've all grown into who we are now. So if you are a divine feminine, you know that your trajectory has seen pieces of you that you cringe at now. It's seen sides of you that you're embarrassed by. That's okay. Instead of staying shackled in that place of like, oh my God, that was so embarrassing, I don't want anyone to find out. Do the opposite. Expose yourself. Not physically. I mean, unless that's your thing. But work towards unity. Work towards healing. Which means that you're going to have to deal with a lot of backlash. That's why the blessings are so heavy, because you're going to have to deal with a lot of attacks against your character. You're going to have to deal with a lot of attacks against your personality, against your looks. And if you're still dealing with insecurities about those things, you're going to get shredded. You have to love yourself the way you are, at your current weight, at your current financial status, at your current physical self. If you're somebody who's over here getting Brazilian butt lifts and doing things that honestly don't really contribute to your growth, then that tells you you're still in this time. You're still on the person that can't let go of, no, they're going to judge me. They're not going to like me. Who cares? You have to open your mind and heal yourself so that you can then help others. So that's going to be incredibly crucial. Also, remember that when we have debates about feminine energy, masculine energy, we're not talking about turning one against the other. People who have really gone through healing support the masculine, respect the masculine, honor the masculine. But that doesn't mean we won't call out the masculines who are still toxic, just like we don't hesitate to call out the feminines who are still in their toxic energy. Tell you about the Magician. Oh, one more thing. This is the 6 of Swords we're clarifying. So you're going to want to make sure that you are doing the most to clear up misunderstandings. Don't do things that are going to put you in a place like, okay, how to put this? Like, it's okay to stir the pot, but there's stirring the pot, and then there's doing things on purpose to make yourself look bad. For example, if somebody accuses you of being a witch, right? Those of you who make jokes about, oh yeah, I worship Satan and I sacrifice children, and what, don't make jokes like that. That's not funny. I mean, it is funny, actually. I think it's funny. But some of those jokes can be taken out of context and can be putting you in a place of attacking your character. So you want to make sure that your jokes are, I'm not saying you can't joke or you can't talk about certain things, but make sure it ends up in a productive way, because it's Six of Swords. Make sure it doesn't put you in the Five of Swords where it starts creating a lot of, you're already going to deal with backlash. Don't create more of it, right? Do the most to be on a place where you deserve the respect that your guides clearly want you to receive. Tell me about the Magician. Knight of Pentacles. Hold on. I'm getting more downloads about what I just said. And what I mean by that is, for example, if you consider yourself a divine feminine, but you don't have custody of your children, maybe don't put yourself on a platform talking about things like that unless your children were taken from you using manipulation, and you fought for them, got them back. Then I get you talking about it. But if you're somebody whose life has fallen apart so bad that you don't have custody or you're homeless, and keep in mind, I'm not judging you for that. I've been homeless, okay? For a long time, I was homeless. So don't talk about, I'm not addressing it like you are losing value by being in that situation. I'm addressing it as in, that's not the time or the place for you to be on a platform talking. You should probably work on yourself. Anytime that you're going to help someone else go through something, make sure you have gone through it already. So for people who are out there giving advice about healing, you better make damn sure that you've got your healing down pat. If you're somebody who's out there giving financial information, you better make sure your financial life is spotless, impeccable. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. Hopefully that got the message across I don't mean to insult or offend anybody. I'm just being clear about what they are getting you to expect. Because let's say you are a mom who lost her children, right? If you have not regained custody, if your life isn't together enough where you can regain custody, where you're, maybe shared custody, whatever, you're going to get shredded. Again, it's one of those things of careful, make sure your life is up to par before you put yourself in the place of start talking to other people about their growth. Tell me about the Magician. I'm not saying your life has to be perfect, but at least don't be somebody who's getting accused of fraud while you're trying to give other people financial advice and they come out with, oh, this person is, stealing money from their employer, or this person is, whatever. Their credit is non-existent if you're giving financial. Do you see what I'm saying? Tell me about the Magician. Sorry, I just felt like I had to expand on that. Speak of the devil, I was just talking about Six of Swords, not the Five. And what do we get? The Five of Swords with the Ace of Wands, Six of Pentacles. Oh, okay. So just like this is going to be a team of people or entities working through a team of people, this is going to be a team of people who also have entities on their side. And with the Magician, these people are going to be powerful. What does it say? Spiritual wisdom and magic helps one gain wisdom and discover hidden secrets. So the people who are on Magician time, they got you. They got your back. They're going to offer protection. They're going to help you protect. Five of Swords, I will tell you this, the Magicians who are on this side, they're going to be people you don't want to fuck with. You don't want to fuck with these people because their work, when they cast, it happens instantly. They've received their gifts because they've done the work. They've received spiritual protection, spiritual guidance, spiritual inspiration to be who they are now. it ain't gonna last long. Because with the Knight of Pentacles, these are people who are not well known. These are people who have gone through all of, okay, remember the Knight of Pentacles, in Pentacles, you have to look at the age, right? Page to me would be like somebody who just, a freshman in college. They just got in, they're just understanding things, they're just learning, they're at the very beginning, but they're dedicated because they're there. Knight of Pentacles, someone who just graduated from university. They've got all the knowledge they need. They've put in some practice. Now they're ready to rock and roll. And they're showing up with the 9 of Wands. So not only have they put in the work, but they're somebody who doesn't give up. They are unstoppable. That's what makes them powerful magicians. So they're not well known yet. But you'll know. What's that Bible verse that says you'll know them by their fruits? That's how you'll know. This is somebody whose work always catches. Whatever they do, if they cast, it's done. That's how you'll know who they are. Watch out for those people, because not everybody can claim that. But this is the unfuckwithables. That's what we're going to call them. Instead of, the Avengers, these are the unfuckwithables. That's what they are. Tell me about the King of Swords. We've got the Knight of Swords, 2 of Cups. The Star, the 5 of Cups, the 6 of Swords. So we're talking about the King of Swords, right? This card says, reveals knowledge of forthcoming battles and procures the favor of lords and kings. So what's another tactic they're going to be using? Fear tactic. These are the masculine and feminine. If they're masculine who has a feminine wound. And if it's a feminine who definitely has a feminine wound. They're going to come in like the knight in shining armor. I am going to protect you. Why? Because they don't trust you to protect yourself. They don't believe you can protect yourself. They don't believe you are their equal. They see you as, well, I need to protect you because you're obviously too frail, too small to do so. The masculine at its highest energy can be protective, but you have to keep in mind that comes with balance. They don't see the feminine as weak. They see it like she has bigger fish to fry, which is why I'm protecting her. Not this of like, well, you need me to protect you. They're going to sell you that this is the ultimate. You are not a fulfilled feminine. You will be disappointed if you don't fulfill this dream of having a prince, a shining knight in our white, I can't talk, the knight in shining armor to help solve your issues, to help free you from whatever torment you're going through. But in reality, it's the same shit we were talking about over here. They're going to be using love to trap you into being in a weakened state. Let me put it this way. They're going to be twisting the masculine, right? Because they're warning you, there's battles coming up, but don't you want to win my favor? Don't you want to win my protection? Well, to win my protection, you have to be submissive. To win my protection, you have to dress the way I want. You have to do this. You see what I'm saying? It's twisting the role of the masculine into a weapon. When in reality, a masculine who loves you will protect you no matter what state you're in. Oh, I just glanced at the clock, 23:45. They will protect you no matter the state you're in. They're not asking for anything in return. Because a masculine who honors the feminine is not doing it as a trade. They're not weaponizing their protection. That means that masculine will protect anything smaller or weaker than them physically, right? So this is somebody who makes sure that kittens and puppies and any animal that is smaller and less stronger than them is taken care of. This is not somebody who abuses animals or little children. This is somebody who protects children, women, the elderly. Whereas this knight in shining armor is like, well, what are you going to give me if I protect you? Don't you want to procure my favor? Don't you want to be protected by me? That means you got to be my bitch, huh? Hello? That's how it works. Do you see the difference? Hopefully you see the difference. If you don't, again, that's something you've got to address. Tell me about the Nine of Swords. Three of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. With the Hierophant, Page of Pentacles, the Hangman. I see. So this one says, causes great battles and wars, causes wounds to putrefy. So this is very interesting to me because even if you are this type of divine feminine, if you are somebody who still has to address certain wounds, right? Because nobody is, well, I don't know. I think it's really rare to find somebody that's like fully, completely healed. We all still have our little snacks here and there, right? But even if you go this route, and even if you end up with someone who's an amazing partner, since you didn't fall for this bullshit, they have a third trick up their sleeve. I mean, they have multiple, but this is one of the other tricks they have up their sleeve. They're going to make you guys battle each other because the battle is between masculine and feminine. Even if you chose a healthy, balanced masculine or a healthy, balanced feminine, they will create battles between you two because they want your connection to be destroyed because you're one of the leaders, right? You're one of the ones that people are looking at. Eyes are on you. So anything that has to do with marriage, commitment, authority, stability, tradition that you have an issue with, now is the time to address it, my love. Now is the time to be in a state of, I need enlightenment. I need to learn. This is the student. I need to learn about this so that this doesn't become a wound. So when we're talking about partnership is like a table. We're going to use this is a case for my contacts. We're going to use this as an example. Imagine that this little case has legs, okay? And those legs are communication, loyalty, sexual attraction, purpose, passion. All of these things are legs on which this little table will stand on. When you start knocking down some of those pillars, this thing will fall because that's how love works. If you cannot respect your partner, the love will eventually crumble and wither away because respect is one of the pillars of love. If you cannot communicate with your partner, same thing. If you cannot be loyal to your partner, same thing. If you cannot honor your partner, same thing. Do you see what I'm saying? If you're not sexually attracted to your partner, you get my point. So you have to really address your battles even within the healthy dynamic. Because again, no relationship is perfect. Even if you get somebody who's done a lot of work, you're still going to have issues and they're going to make sure you do. So with the Three of Wands, you have to always be ready to grow. Always be ready to expand because these tests, these battles are being allowed because the Wheel of Fortune, you're meant to overcome them. You won't be shielded from battles. You'll just be protected in the sense that they'll give you an advance on how to distinguish liars, how to distinguish manipulators, how to distinguish gaslighters, how to distinguish who's going to be a burden on you, who's going to be a help. But that doesn't mean they're going to make you avoid these battles. They're going to prepare you to deal with these battles. And then this side over here is going to make sure you confront battles. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Tell me about the Nine of Swords on this side. Death. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell me about the Nine of Swords. With the World. The Star. Temperance. And the Three of Cups. So this is very much about healing. So Nine of Swords came out twice because when you confront battles, don't run from them. Don't stuff those feelings down thinking, oh, it's bad that I feel this, I have to stuff it. No. Don't do that. Expose it. Remember, the Star card usually shows full nudity because it's about being vulnerable. It's about being completely open and honest with yourself. Temperance, coming to terms with the things that still bother you. So for example, if you wait and you get a divine masculine as a partner, right? That doesn't mean that person isn't going to trigger you. On the contrary, they're divine masculine. Of course they're going to fucking trigger you. They're going to bring out the aspects of you that are still not healed. And these fuckers over here are going to want to take advantage of that. So how do you overcome that? Nine of Swords. You don't run from it. Sit in it. When you are triggered, when you are in pain, when you feel disappointment, when you feel sorrow, when you feel grief, when you feel any of the low vibrational emotions like anger, rage, etc., don't run from it. Sit in it. Even if it feels nasty, it's okay. It will pass. Remember that this card represents purification. Okay? How do you purify a putrid wound? You don't cover it with a Band-Aid. You cut it open. Because that's what this one was talking about. This one was causing wounds to putrefy. And this one's like, well, guess what, motherfucker? We purify that. How do you purify a putrid wound? You cut it open. Even if it hurts, you pour, like, let's say that it's a cut on your hand, right? And you were out in the woods or you were out in nature and you didn't have time to do anything. And eventually you start realizing it's infecting. They're going to make sure that hurts. This side is going to make sure that you have the courage to cut open that wound, clean it out, pour alcohol into it, even if it hurts like a motherfucker. That's why it's the Nine of Swords. But that's how you purge. You get it out of your system. Do not run from it. Expose it. Come to terms with it. Make friends with your pain. Understand it. If the person you love, whether it's a friend, a family member, a lover, whatever situation, maybe things that these people bring up trigger you, do not run from it. Give yourself time. Pull away from everyone. Give yourself time to examine, why did this hit me like that? What wound have I not addressed? And that's how you transform. You really free yourself from whatever these people are trying to attack you with. And with the World card, you keep leveling up and you keep leveling up and you keep leveling up. Last but not least, tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. Ten of Cups. With the Emperor, bitch, I swear. Three of Cups, Justice, Ace of Cups. Oh, I love it. I love it. Why? Because we're literally talking about, this is a battle between the masculine and the feminine. We get the Empress reversed and the Emperor upright. Because these two are going to be very much, this is the war we're going through. So make sure you pay attention to your circle. What energy or mentality do they have? Because you might have some of these people in your circle and you're allowing them there because you're like, but they're my family, but they're my friend, but they're, who cares? Do the right thing. Justice card. Do the right thing. Educate these people. Don't be a coward. If you feel like you're not ready, educate yourself first. Heal yourself and then go out there. Pour that energy out into the world. Be the voice that needs to be heard. I'm not telling you to attack other people. I'm telling you to educate other people. Ten of Cups. Because that's how you get your divine masculine. Look at this. We're talking about advancement and progress. Teaches, guides, and records events in the book of life. You play your cards right and you end up with a divine masculine, with an emperor who is going to be your match. Who is going to not only be your friend and your lover, but your support, your protector, your guide in a lot of different ways. Okay? That's what I got for you. I hope that this gave you some clarity and guidance. As usual, I look forward to feedback, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.